What's up, guys? Mitch here from Quickie DFS. We're going to break down to tonight's game between the Saints and the Seahawks. But before I get into that, if you could like and subscribe to get all our videos, and we have content for all sports. Tonight we got a huge NBA and NHL slate coming up that we're really looking forward to, along with tonight's game. If you could also follow us at Quickie DFS on Twitter to get all of our content. Alright, finally, now let's get into this game. Tonight's game opened up at 44 over and under. I guess I would kind of disagree with that. I think 40 would be about good. I think it's going to hit the under if it stays at 41. But something I would like to note coming into this game, the Saints are coming off a bye, so they have had time to prepare for this game, and it could cause problems for the Seahawks. What the Seahawks have working in their favor for them is they're going to be at home. We know how hard it is to play at the Seahawks, the 12th man. That's been something for the past couple years that has been a problem to play at the Seahawks. But with that being said, we're going to jump right into this. The most reliable, consistent play of the slate, I don't think really needs to be talked about too much, but it is Alvin Kamara. How can you go wrong with Alvin Kamara? He's finally getting all the snaps in the backfield. I want to say he plays something like 90 to 100% of the snaps coming out of the backfield. Over the past years, that hasn't been something we've seen. They were cutting his workload, but finally he is getting what he should as an alpha back, a lead back, an elite back. So you love to see Alvin Kamara. You have to play him 100%. The only way he's not in the winning lineup if something happens to him, God forbid. But you have to play Alvin Kamara. There's no way you can cash without him. I'll just say that. On both sites, you have to play Alvin Kamara. Whether you played him in captain or the MVP slot, that's up to you. If you could find the value, I do think value can open up throughout the day. Right now, it's Monday at 10:30, so I don't have all the news, but closer to lock, if you follow us at Quickie DFS on Twitter, you'll know exactly who we're going to be playing for tonight's showdown slate. So Alvin Kamara, stone cold lock. Whether you want to put him in the captain or MVP will depend on the value. I think that Jameis is also a pretty good play, but it's going to be kind of hard to play him and Kamara. But I do think Jameis is a really good play. He's been somewhat inconsistent. With that being said, there's no Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill is out with a concussion, and we've seen Sean Payton kind of do this weird package with Taysom Hill. He'll be the wildcat. He'll throw it. He's lined up outside as a wide receiver, but so no Taysom Hill to kind of take Jameis out at the goal line. So that is a plus for Jameis, but it's also a plus for Alvin Kamara. How many times have we rostered Alvin Kamara and he's been vultured by Taysom Hill? So it is a bump to both of these guys, but it'll be hard to play both of them, especially if you play one into captain. Just moving on down here, position, just by price, DK Metcalf has been a little more consistent from Tyler Lockett. It seems that over the past two games, Geno has leaned Lockett's way. With the 7 targets and 5 targets, he scored 2 touchdowns. I don't necessarily think that it's going to continue. I think Tyler Lockett's a very good wide receiver. He just might not be on the same page with Geno, but I can't tell you to play one or the other. Whoever I play, you should probably go with the other one. But I can't fault you for playing either one. I don't think it would be smart to play both, though. Geno's not the kind of quarterback that will be able to provide fantasy value to both of these guys in a showdown slate that will get you into the money. I personally don't think so. So you gotta side with one, but go ahead and pick your poison. With Geno Smith, I think he's a great price. That's kind of a discount for him. You don't love what he's done, but what exactly do you expect for Geno Smith? He went. He had 32 attempts last week, and he completed 23 passes. That's not too bad. The week before, when he played the Rams, he had a couple rushing yards. 23 of them on 3 attempts. You don't hate to see it. You don't know if he's going to get that rushing floor again, but at 9,400, I think he's a pretty good option. I'm definitely going to have some Geno Smith. Moving on down, Callaway is, for what it's worth, is the Saints' #1 wide receiver. I don't mind him. I actually think if I don't play Kamara in my captain, I could see myself getting to Callaway in my captain. I actually do like Callaway a lot tonight. The Seahawks defense is not good. I don't care if they're at home. Yeah, I think Marquez Callaway can have his way against the Seahawks defense. What's kind of a mess on this slate, or this showdown slate, is the Seahawks backfield. Allen Collins is cleared to play. He had a groin injury, but he said he looked good on Saturday. Pete Carroll did to let him play. But it's kind of a mess back there because you have DJ Dallas, who seems to be more of the pass catching back. The 5 targets. But it's still a mess. Now to muddy the waters even more, they do have, I think his name is Travis Homer. Yeah, Travis Homer. He doesn't get that many touches or anything, but he's still back there. You don't like that. And now Rashard Penny's coming back, supposedly. He's designated to return from injury reserve on Friday, and he'll have no limitations against the Saints on Monday. That's a lie. He's gonna be on a snap count. He's gonna be sharing snaps with those guys that I just mentioned, Alex Collins, DJ Dallas, and even maybe Travis Homer. So he will have some limitations, but if he is cleared to play, and at this price, 2,600, say he gets you 10 attempts, you don't hate it, right? If he gets you 10 attempts at that price tag, that opens up a lot of salary to your lineups. But you gotta, monitor this. Make sure he is in. Another injury that needs to be monitored is Traquan Smith. It says he's going to be there, but we really need to monitor that coming up to lock. So that's what benefiting you guys if you follow us at Quickie DFS. We will monitor these injuries for you guys, and if we like them, like this Rashard Penny, we will have him in our lineup. But that's what following us at Quickie DFS on Twitter, you'll know exactly who we're going to be playing, and we'll monitor the injuries. Right now, I can't give you a sure destination on if they're going to be in or out. But I'm going to go with Penny being in, and I'm going to use him as a value. I liked Kamara, but I want to play Kamara at the captain personally. Whoa. So just to give you a couple plays, the way I'm looking at on this showdown slate, I told you I was going to be playing Geno. I told you I wanted Callaway. So there's going to be 4 of my plays on DraftKings, and you have a lot of options that you could round this off with. You can go Jared Everett. He hasn't had that great of a game yet. He does, consistently maybe give you 10 points but he hasn't popped yet, so he could tonight. But those are kind of what I'm leaning out on DraftKings, and it's going to be the same thing over on FanDuel. I kind of like on FanDuel that they don't make you pay a premium for having them, moved up to your captain. So that's going to be where I'm leaning also on FanDuel. One thing I will note on FanDuel, I don't like Rashard Penny. He's 10,000. That's way too much for somebody that I'm only going to project for about 8 to 10 carries if he is cleared to play. So don't play him on FanDuel. That is not a good play. He is really overpriced on FanDuel. But, I did mention Jared Everett. So that's how you get some value right there is Jared Everett. But with that being said, that's all I got for you guys. If you just like and subscribe if you found this content useful, and follow us on Twitter at QuickieDFS. See ya.